Alright, everybody. This is entry number 3, and I do apologize for being so, for not keeping up with this as frequently as I should. But the past couple of days have been kind of stressful. I did something to my knee on Monday morning, and it was very painful. So it has been something of a struggle to really get the willpower to post a new entry. But I feel better now. I mean, it hurt to walk on Monday, and it was a little weird. For the It was a little weird on Tuesday walking around class, but I feel better now. I've gotten plenty of sleep, plenty of rest. And this week for school hasn't been too bad as far as the workload is concerned. I mean, even Irish Lit a bit has gone rather easy for this week. So, anyways, uh, you can tell that I'm not remotely as depressed as I was in the past two wintries, because I have a couple of pieces of really big and fantastic news. So, for starters, I have submitted a new short story called Serpent's Ascension to Resurrection House 13. Got up to about 25. Got it to about 2,500 words, which really isn't too bad for a story that I've submitted to the professional market. So hopefully they'll um, hopefully they'll like it. And yeah, I should get word back in about 2 months whether or not they want it or not. But it's but then the other even bigger news is that my anthology is out now. It is available. It has been released by Weasel Press, and it is available for ordering. It is called The Haunted Traveler. The Haunted Traveler, and it's being released by Weasel Press, which is a nonprofit down in Houston, and it's Weasel's first foray into science fiction and horror. So the premise is, they kind of have a beat generation mentality. So they were looking for more experimental forms of the horror or science fiction tale. And I've been reading through it since I got my contributor copies last night, and there are some really fantastic stories in here. I mean, this place is a wealth of talent, and I'm not just talking about myself. Obviously, it's incredible. Uh, Most of these names you have not heard of. I'm completely sure of that. But I mean, it starts off. The anthology opens up with a with the protagonist of getting his revenge on a Jewish judge of using a former Nazi sympathizer who worked under the notorious Dr. Mengele, or however you pronounce his name. And I'm pretty sure it's Mengele, but whatever. And, it's really edgy material, uh, and frankly, most of these are very well written, and it's not just prose either. There's also a fantastic one-act play from J.J. Steinfeld called An Embrace of the Afterlife. And he and it's a wonderful piece of work, and almost every story is accompanied with an illustration from either, let me think here, the artist, India Hughes is one of them. That's her work for the Judges, the opening collection of the anthology, and also from Sindakidu, who is Weasel's partner, and relationship-wise, not and then Sen made this illustration for my story called the Jack Crowley, which is unique because it utilizes a second person perspective, allowing the reader to actually sit alongside of one of the gods, of observing this little scene that I've put together. Now the Haunted Traveler is completely free, in either a print like this or a PDF format if you're an electronic reader, which honestly I don't like e-readers very much. The print editions, they're permanent. They're forever. I mean, once they're printed, there's no getting rid of them unless you're freaking burn them. And of course, who does that nowadays except, Westboro Baptist Church, I guess. Well, maybe not anymore since their bigoted leader is finally dead and hopefully burning in the deepest pits of hell, or wherever he wound up, but whatever. Anyways, the Haunted Traveler, it's available now. Just send an email to request your copy at systmaticweasel@gmail.com, and that would be SYSTMATICWZL@gmail.com, and I'll put the address down in the description box as well. So you can very easily get it, and if you do, I encourage you to find me on Facebook or comment on the blog here. The blog, rather. Just comment on that and tell me how you guys want the saga of the Jack Crowley to continue. That's kind of one of the ideas behind the Jack Crowley, is that I really want people to actually interact with Yig. I want them to interact with the Father of Serpents. I want them to assist in the destinies of these characters that I'm presenting here. And I originally got the idea from the internet has allowed such greater accessibility for writers and fans to connect. So why don't I use this? So in a way, it's kind of the Jack Crowley is kind of an interactive serial, if you will. It continues for as long as the readers want it to, and when it feels like that the plot is starting to dry up, well, there's an entire world. There's an entire world for us to play with. So, yes, take care. So, anyways, The Haunted Traveler, it's available now. like I said, I'll leave Weasel's email address down in the description box. Sorry, and we will continue to do this. I will continue to work on this project as long as I can, as long as I want to, and you know, hopefully it will be something of a success. I'm hoping eventually that I can either put all of these stories together into a collection, and or turn the Drag Crowley, turn Hathid into a choose your own adventure novel geared towards adults. You know, because I mean, you know, those CYOA books, they're mostly geared towards kids. But it's like, you know, nobody has ever tried to do that with the adult book. So might as well give it a shot. But, you know, that's way in the future if I'm still trying to get my career up in the air. So, but, you know, that'll be coming eventually. So, right now, if I'm going to have to call it, because I got to get my hair cut, I'm getting real shaggy under this. And it's, and I also need to get started working on another project, kind of a semi-pro deal about the it's about the anthology that's calling is about evil geniuses rather, and it's an open call. They don't pay up front. It's only royalties, but you know, credits are credits, and it'll be a fun exercise. But more details on that later, if I'm not quite ready to say anything. So, so for the moment, take care, stay weird, and thanks for watching.